Hi, everybody. Welcome to Katie in the Morning and welcome to Monday. We are officially into the second week of September. That is crazy. And I thought I'd start you guys off just a little hardcore this week, and we are going to talk about the ugly truth of healthcare. And honestly, what it is negativity. It is so much easier to be negative than it is to be positive. I mean, it's a battle you have to fight every single day. And I can tell you this personally. I still fight it, I mean, in the most positive atmosphere probably out there in the NACA office, surrounded by people who are emotionally uplifting on a daily basis. I still fight negativity on a daily basis, day in and day out. And it may sound kind of stupid, but there are points in my day when I'm just driving and I have a little bit of road rage, I'm not going to lie, and I'll say something completely out of line to somebody ahead of me. I may be the only person in the car, but I have to check myself. Like, I'll be driving and da 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 da, oh, Katie, that was not nice. Like, you do have to check yourself every single day. The reason why it is so much easier to be negative than it is to be positive is because there's so many people that jump on that bandwagon and kind of get that ball rolling, and it's like a snowball effect. It affects everybody around you. It just gets bigger and bigger. I'm probably going to hit myself in the face if I keep doing this. But especially in, the closed environment that we have, and I'll talk to the skilled nursing, for instance. Like, we'll take 3 to 11 shift, for instance. You have like probably 7 or 8 people that are there on a regular basis. I used to be one of those people, and I still am sometimes, that something will happen, it'll set me off, and I just talk about it and talk about it and talk about it and talk about it for the rest of the day until it gets out of my system. But once I think about it, how is that affecting everybody else around me? They don't want to hear that over and over again. There's a fly in my face. Um, then it just affects their working environment. It affects how I'm doing my work. It affects how the residents are perceiving us, because believe it or not, they can tell whether you're putting on a facade or whether you're actually there in a positive way. A lot of people don't even try to. I mean, they'll talk about other CNAs in front of residents, or the DON or administrator are notoriously being cut apart in front of residents, in front of CNAs. So staying positive on a daily basis, it is a battle, and it's something that you have to practice and something that you have to do day in and day out, whether it's in your home life or in the working atmosphere. I want you guys to try something, and we talked about this earlier. I think it was last week on Katie in the Morning. But if you're in a bad mood, just walk, especially at work, go into the bathroom, take a 5 minute break, smile, and talk to yourself in the mirror. And I can almost guarantee you're going to leave that situation in a better mood than you were when you went in there. And that's going to put everybody in a more positive position in the facility itself, whether it is in a skilled nursing facility, home health care. That one might be a little bit tricky because you're in their home, but step outside for 5 minutes. If that person is safe and in a position where you can leave them safely, step outside for a minute, kind of give yourself that pep talk and go back in. Don't be afraid to do that to other people too. If somebody is constantly negative around you, constantly bringing other people down, walk up to them with a smile, compliment them on something that they're doing good on a daily basis. And once people have that compliment and that feeling of accomplishment, they're going to strive to get that another time and another time and another time. I know you guys have heard Lori tell her story about the basketball game where she shot and accidentally made the shot when she was, I think it was like sixth or maybe eighth grade basketball. But once she got that feeling, that standing ovation from everybody in the crowd, she wanted it more and more and more, and ended up just getting shot after shot. And I'm probably doing it wrong because I was a basketball cheerleader, not a basketball player. But just that feeling, that accomplishment and that positive energy around you. Once you have it, you strive for it. You constantly try to get it. And that's where it comes into play, the complimenting your coworkers, even your supervisors. You could not pay me enough to be an administrator or DON. If you think about it, as a CNA, you have, depending on your load, your workload for the day, you have between 8 and 16 residents to please, plus their family members for that day. If you're the director of nursing or the administrator, you have those 8 to 16, plus the other hall of 8 to 16, plus the other hall of 8 to 16, plus their family members, plus the community, plus your staff, plus your supervisors in the corporate level. Like I said, you could not pay me enough to be an administrator or DON. I have met some phenomenal people in both positions throughout my years. And I do not know how they stay so positive and keep that smile on their face throughout their day. There's not a day that goes by and some DONs before they even step out of their car to go to the building, their phone's blowing up, their cell phone, of problems that went on the night before. Somebody didn't show up to work. They have to get the shift covered for the next day. I mean, just so many things. Inventory was ordered wrong. You're short in supplies. The state just walked in. We can't forget that one. But that's just kind of my point that I'm trying to get out to you guys today. The ugly truth about healthcare is that it's so easy to fall on the negative side, and especially out in the community. We'll take a break and we'll start that subject when we come back, because that's kind of a long one. We'll be right back. I was still jamming to that music, that membership promo. I love that one. Gary did a phenomenal job on that one. So let's get back to the subject here. Today we're talking about negativity. And when it comes to bringing CNAs into our field and having them stay and work as longtime career CNAs, one of the biggest holdbacks of that is the negative vibe that they get when they come into a facility. Sometimes it's even before they get to a facility. So picture this for a second. So you are at Walmart, and you and one of your coworkers, let's say we're both off day shift, and it's both of your day off, so you're just kind of hanging out together, and you're talking about the horrible day that you had the day before. There was 3 call-ins. They put in 2 extra showers. There's a scabies outbreak on Hall E. The DON isn't giving you any recognition. You guys are just constantly bickering about this, really venting in Walmart. And 2 aisles down, there could be someone that just moved to town who is going to apply at your facility that isn't going to do that anymore because they just heard all the negative things that are going on there. Another example of that on the opposite side could be residents that are looking to go into either transitional care or long-term care, and they have a few choices in your community. And say 2 aisles down, there is the wife of a man who just had heart surgery who's looking for a transitional care unit to go to. She just heard everything that you're saying about that facility, so now she's not going to take her husband there. Another thing that we're notorious for is tearing each other down. CNAs, I don't know what it is about us, and I say us because I'm one of those people that used to do that. For instance, I'm giving you guys a lot of scenarios here today, but just hang with me. There's a point to this. I started at a facility down here in the Joplin area. It was about a year ago that I started there. And literally my first day there, they trained me for half the shift and let me go on my own. For some of us, that's okay because we've been in the field long enough and we know how to read a care plan. We know how to interact with people and get the information that we need to take care of somebody. You see it a lot in staffing agencies. But I went out to break on my turn. I went by myself and I was standing out behind the building and somebody who didn't even work in the nursing department came in. Why did you come here? I said, well, I've been a CNA 15 years. This is what I love to do. Ugh, this is like the worst place to work. You're going to quit in 2 weeks. I don't even know why I'm still here. We're complaining constantly about how we're short-staffed. The turnover rate is phenomenal. We can't get anybody to stay, and yet we're allowing people to talk to the people that we're training like this on the first day that they're there. Why is this happening, people? Why is it happening? This is where the preceptors come in. When somebody comes in and you're training them, take that person under your wing, and if there's negative people in your facility, don't let them near them at all. The best thing that you can do to get somebody to stay in long-term care is to give them that positive vibe in the first 90 days that they're there. So no one can do this for you. It has to be us that does it. Do not put the key to your happiness in someone else's pocket. Keep it in your own. And this goes as far as being happy in our working environment ideally is having enough people to take care of these residents so we're not having to run our butts off 16 hours a day, day in, day out, 365 days a year. The only way that we're going to do that is by reflecting our professional career back into the community and getting more people in, getting the turnover rates down, getting people to stay, and letting them have that happy, positive experience while they're working, because nobody wants to work in a job that they hate or that the person who they're working to next to every single day hates, because eventually that is going to bring us down as well. I thank you guys all for joining me, and I will see you next time on Katie in the Morning.